And to education matters, thousands of learners at public universities are likely to face disruption as universities embark on scrapping or merging courses. University of Nairobi has already indicated that 40 university courses will be scrapped. Now, universities have a 2-week ultimatum to give a list of universities that are to be merged as government begins major reforms in higher education. Dorcas Wangira with the details.
Kenya's higher education is like a coat of many colors, with 31 public chartered universities, 6 public constituent colleges, 18 private chartered universities, 5 private constituent colleges, 14 institutions with letters of interim authority, 74 in total recognized by the Commission for University Education. But in what appears to be a case of a government which is advocating for a 100% transition to high school, but narrowing the opportunities for the would-be school leavers, the Education Ministry is cracking the whip on institutions of higher learning.
That's where we want to go, and it is not Magoha who is going to prescribe it. But it has to be done, because otherwise the universities will be glorified high schools. Don't you agree?
The government's budget for public universities is 97 billion shillings, and in a meeting with Vice-Chancellors Thursday this week, the Education CS, Professor George Magoha, said the government will not add any extra penny for the universities that are experiencing reduced enrollment, decreased revenue streams, huge debts, stretched facilities and few lecturers. And what is the government's remedy to the heavy operational costs and its approach to the unattractive and overlapping courses?
You thin out the faculty. Do you get the point? University of Nairobi, for example, has 50 PhDs in law. So it is not likely to be rational, to be right-sized. If there are another 20 universities teaching law, it makes sense that they discuss and say, well, can we say, if it is law, these 5 or 6 universities should teach it.
Last year, May, the Commission for University Education, in a report submitted to the then Cabinet Secretary for Education, Amina Mohammed, proposed the merger of several universities or closure of others, as many had become unsustainable. The move to raise fees was heavily opposed, particularly by students. The report, Policy Advisory on Rationalization of Universities and Programs in Kenya, noted that the national development needs, existing infrastructure and resources and regional balance should be the factors governing the creation of campuses. It also proposed the creation of a regional university system by merging universities within the same geographical locations.
But if you have 30 or 40 square kilometers, why are we allowing 4 or 5 universities in those domains? Are those things universities?
And converting most of the existing universities into constituent campuses or colleges. Those institutions struggling to attract students for their courses will be the first casualties.
We have academic staff whose programs are no longer relevant. Then find a way of disengaging them or encouraging them to go to universities that are offering those programs.
In May this year, Magoha asked universities to consider laying off non-essential staff and to merge academic programs. Universities are required to specialize in the academic programs in which they are strong in. For example, Kenyatta University, which was established in 1985,
is known to be an expert in education. Can the government strengthen it to be a mega university in education with several colleges? Are we together?
But that is the question. Vice-Chancellors of public universities say the policy is being given as a top-down directive and undermines higher education. Likewise, they argue that it is the same government that awarded the charters to the same universities it is seeking to merge. In addition, the mergers will affect jobs of staff in different cadres. The university's academic staff union, UASU, is opposed to the merger plan.
If you start amalgamating and leaving them, then who is going to be educated? We need our country to industrialize. A country cannot industrialize when you don't have masses of highly educated people.
Universities have 2 weeks to give a detailed list of the universities to be merged. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.